For some people, football is more than just a game, it's a way of life. That's certainly the case for Monmouth University freshman Frank Delaney. Due to cerebral palsy, Frank has never been able to, nor will he ever be able to play football. However, that isn't enough to keep him away from the game that he loves.
While I was diagnosed with cerebral palsy, as both um, is very hard to it's very hard to have body like my body doesn't tell what my brain doesn't tell what my body to do at all moments, and I have a speech impediment. I realized as a sixth grade, I realized that playing football wasn't an option for me, and that was very hard because that's the sport I loved. That's the sport I was passionate about. But most times when you're faced with adversity, you have to just keep going. And luckily, my high school had a manager spot open for me, and I took it. And I took it and ran with it.
Frank attended Rumson Fairhaven Regional High School, just 15 minutes from Monmouth University.
Well, I originally started my sophomore year of high school, and I asked the coach if I could be a part of the team in any way, and be, and he said yes, and I just really enjoyed the game from overall, from a fan standpoint, from sitting right here in the stands watching the players play, and I just have a passion for the game. I have many great memories, but I think my greatest accomplishment was winning the 2013 state championship my junior year, because that's the first time I was part of something very special, and I felt like it kind of motivated me more to do well in school, do well on the field, do better, be a better person.
Frank had a history of working with his high school football team, and that's something that he wanted to continue when he got into college. So he reached out to us and asked if he could have an affiliation with our football team, and that was something that we were glad to have him be a part of. Well, Frank has become a staple at our daily practice, and I think it's the players on our team are glad to see Frank out there, and they're glad that he's a part of what we do, and they're more than willing to accept him into our program and our group. Well, I think that it's very clear to everybody on our team, everybody within our program, that Frank never lets his disability affect his ability to interact and be a part of our team. And I think that in itself is inspiring to the guys on our team to see Frank come to work and to practice every single day, to be out there, interact with our guys, to go through his task as a football team manager. I think that being able to do those things in spite of having some of the physical disabilities is what's most inspiring to our guys.
Well, the normal day is basically I wake up at around 7 a.m. Get here about 7:45ish. Get the pads from the equipment room. Get the footballs from the equipment room. I am out here ready to go. Water ready to rock and roll.
I think Frank is a great asset to our team. Everybody on the team loves him. He's the type of guy that just exudes confidence, and he loves the game of football. And that's the type of stuff that carries over. You know, whether you see him at practice or you see him walking around campus, he always has a huge smile on his face. He's ready to talk about football at any given time, whether it's Monmouth University or the Jets. I know he's a huge Jets fan. He's just always willing to have that conversation. And, you know, he just brings a great energy with him at all times. Yeah, I think it's great motivation for the guys on the team. His love for football is so obvious, but he can't be out there and playing with us every day. So that's the type of thing that it makes us realize that you can't take that for granted. You know, we're lucky enough to be able to go out there and do what we love. And now not only do we do it for ourselves, we do it for him and for other people who are not able to go out there on the field every single day. So I think it gives us another sense of purpose, some extra motivation, and it makes it more personal for us.
He's definitely an inspiration for others who struggle with cerebral palsy. You know, here's a kid that at a young age struggled with physical disabilities, but it never discouraged him from surrounding himself with what he loves, and that's football. He always wanted to be part of a football team, always has been, and from the looks of it, he always will be. I don't think there's ever going to be an ounce of quit in that kid when it comes to being on the football field. And it's honestly one of the most motivational things that has happened for me in my football career.
Here's where the special teams office work is done. So I mean, it's good to know where your positions are. So pay attention to the password. And this is where the progress happens. So normally we come in here at 7. Normally get changed for practice, get ready. On game day is lit. So I mean, we're all hyped up and ready to go. Music blasting, ready to go. We're like all hyped up and stuff. Like, let's go, let's win the big stuff, like that. And I mean, we often talk about, hey Hakeem, what's up, baby? How are you? You good?
What's going on here?
Nothing much. This is Hakeem Bowers. He pitches my freshman year and is being looked at by pro scouts. So that's pretty cool. I can say I gave order to an NFL player. Peace. Nice to see you, bro.
Frank, you know, he's been an absolute inspiration to this program. I met Frank this summer. We were coming into camp this year. And, you know, he's got a physical disability, but it doesn't hold him back one bit. And that's just an absolute inspiration, you know, to everyone who surrounds him. You know, we're out there grinding, but he's out there grinding as well, day in and day out. He comes to every practice, comes to all of our games, and it's just, you know, it's just an ounce of joy. You know, every time you see Frank, just like, what's up, baby? And he's just, you know, he's always responding back, you know, with something positive, something happy, you know, to have a disability and, you know, still be so positive with everything that goes on in his life. You know, he's just one of us, you know, he's one of our brothers. I consider him a member a player and a contributor to the Monmouth football program.
Well, after practice, I have to go to class, obviously. So, uh, I mean, class is going very well for me. I cannot write, so I often use the computer for to take notes and listen to the professor speak, and I really enjoy what I'm learning so far. I like Monmouth because the close sense of community. People all over campus are nice to the faculty, to the students other than the football team. People are very nice and very supportive of me and the football program and what I need to do to build a football program. You need support, and I think we have that here at Monmouth.
If you could say one thing to a younger kid that's growing up with cerebral palsy, what would you tell? What would you tell him?
I tell them to hang in there and never give up on your dreams and hopes, because I thought of giving up um, a while back, and I barely got barely got by, and I got help from my teammates. They supported me and they picked me up. So I suggest follow your passion, work hard, do the proper things next necessary to be on the next level, and constantly being um, a, a better person. It's actually interesting. I was watching a video last night with Matthew McConaughey, and someone asked him who's the role model, and he said me in 10 years, because I constantly want that 10 years, 10-year older person of myself to be better than I am now, which I I try. That's an excellent way to apply this to every to my life, to maybe a kid of living with the same challenges and struggles that I'm facing.
Why do you like football so much?
I like football because it's a release for me. It um it makes everything with my disability and stuff seem minuscule when I'm on the football field, and it makes me not think about it, and makes me happy to be around 100 of my best buddies that I've made at Monmouth. Um, I just really love it.